going. Hope your morning is going good. I mean, unfortunately, lots and lots of damage that has been happening already in the overnight hours. But welcome to the show. Feel free to share the live, and if need be, if you feel the urge to do so and supporting me as a creator, certainly want to make sure. So right now, what I have is tomorrow's outlook. So I'm going to bring up today's outlook. Okay. So right now we do have one active severe thunderstorm warning, and that is in the area of the Ozarks. It is looking pretty well going to kind of die out here eventually. That area has already been hit pretty hard in the Fort Smith overnight hours, and to extreme northwestern part of Arkansas. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. A little bit deeper look at that. It looks like right now it's mainly a lot of rain, some gusty winds at times for those. And we're going to get to a breakdown of all the storms that are possible redevelopment later today in some of these same and general areas. We'll take a look at Indiana since we have Declan Swartz. I believe that's a first timer on here. Appreciate you joining. I don't see anything that's real severe at this point in anywhere in Indiana, but let's go ahead and um, take a look at that. We're going to look at the outlook for tomorrow real quick here. All right, looking at tomorrow, it doesn't look like Indiana. It looks like Indiana, you're out of the woods here for today and tomorrow. I mean, just some general showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow. But stay tuned, and if you're not following, make sure that you do follow. We do these live updates at 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time to kind of give you guys a rundown of what's expected. So appreciate that very much. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the risks overall for today. Again, there's just the one severe thunderstorm warning right now. There are some training supercells that are to the southwest of that storm as well. Right here, we do have the special weather statement. Again, these are just below the severe level, but again, they are kind of trying to get their act together somewhat in this line. New Haven, Michigan. Carter, thanks. Let's go ahead and do that. Appreciate y'all, and then we'll take a look at Pittsburgh here. Really not expecting anything other than maybe a few general thunderstorms in Pittsburgh over the next couple of days, but I don't want to go too soon on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the models show. If a anything more severe shows up, I will switch things over to the live radar, but right now I am just looking at estimates of what could happen. This went through a recent update, so I do want to go a little bit further out here. And in order to do that, all right, looks like areas of Michigan, you're good. New Haven, we're not expecting anything severe. Again, I'll kind of give you a rough idea of where the estimates of severe weather are. As you can see, New Haven, you're outside of that, not even expecting general thunderstorms. Pittsburgh area, you are expecting some marginally severe risks here today. Let me kind of give you a rundown of where that might be for timing. If things should get going, we do expect some marginally severe, basically some hail and possibility of some gusty winds up to 60-mile-an-hour winds in and around the Pittsburgh area sometime in the early afternoon hours. But as you can see, that kind of moves away, and then a second round kind of tries to get going. Again, this is pretty highly conditional depending on how quickly things move on out. So again, another round possibility for Pittsburgh area that would be possible around 6 or 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Columbus, Ohio, Fort Dodge, Iowa for tomorrow. Fort Dodge tomorrow. You're good. This is a look at what is expected for today. I'll take a look at tomorrow real quick. Let me double check tomorrow. Fort Dodge, and then we'll do Central West Virginia. You're welcome, Jen. All right, so we do have for tomorrow general thunderstorms. Not expecting anything severe. Iowa has really been under the gun a couple days ago. Some of those areas over by Storm Lake, as well as eastern part of Omaha. All right, Central West Virginia and Columbus, Ohio. Again, if you're just joining us, right now we're kind of going through day 1 and day 2 outlooks. Day 2 is what I'm on right now, and that's what I got to use for these areas of Central West Virginia and Columbus, Ohio that I'm looking at right now. Columbus for tomorrow, just general thunderstorms is what's expected in your area. And then areas of Central West Virginia, again, general thunderstorms is what is expected. If you're just joining us and do have some questions about some things, we'll certainly get to those as quick as possible. Be sure that you're following, though, because we do these live updates. And of course, Storm Prediction Center, things do change quite a bit. So tomorrow, you never know, West Virginia could end up having a marginal risk. Depends on how things shift. So you're welcome, Big Nana, West Virginia. I'm assuming the WV stands for. All right, so we're looking at day 1 right now. Let's go ahead and do that. If we have anything that's in the East Coast line, basically Northeast coastline, that's going to be the risks for that. We would have to go further out. So I want to kind of focus on today's risks and get through that. So one thing that I wanted to kind of pinpoint here. Right now, this is HRRR weather model. We'll get to Dallas, Texas. Yeah, you guys do have a concern. And again, you'll see if you're just joining us, you'll see the ticker below. That will give you active severe thunderstorm warnings and give you those details right there. Thanks so much for the follow. All right, Dallas, Texas, your timing. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to verify that the latest HRRR is out far enough that I can kind of take a look at that. This is going to be highly conditional. And what I mean by that is if these storms can move on out quick enough, then they can get the fuel back again. Tribal Wolf, what about Arkansas? I will certainly get that. Ohio is going to be okay. Ohio, you may end up having some late development today. As you can see, this is looking at 5 o'clock in the Cincinnati area and kind of moving along. It's going to be a little tricky on the timing. So just stay weather aware late this afternoon. The Cincinnati area is in a slight risk for severe weather. Areas of Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth. Hey, again, hope you doing good. And how's North Dallas? Of course. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for today. Texas 2 fan for life. Not really expecting much other than late in the day. Kind of getting these going through here. Marginal risk for severe weather. and this will be highly conditional as well. If things should break in some of these areas, we'll probably um, try to do some lives, but I've got a lot going on outside of this today. So, Midwest Ohio. This is an outlook estimate based on HRRR. The timing is going to be, again, sometime later this afternoon, sometime after noon hours. Indiana Franklin, and I've got to get to Dallas here because that's more of a concern right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at Dallas. And this area right here, this is the enhanced risk. Of course, this is the slight risk. And we do have some storms that are moving. You guys know anyone in these areas, please go ahead and share the live with them so that way they can be informed as well. It's a great way to support me as well as support you guys as great fans and enthusiasts of weather. Trying to get to everybody's in Arkansas. All right, so Dallas, Texas area. So we do have that county San Saba, Texas right now. That's this one right here that's got the severe thunderstorm warning until 8:45, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. So it would appear that things are really already starting to ramp up a little bit. All right, timing of Dallas. Trying to wait for this HRRR to go through enough of an update here. These are estimates based on one particular weather model. I'm going to take a look at significant tornado parameters, and this just means that there's some elements there that could indicate that some areas that could end up having a few brief spin ups for sure. So, as of this update, the areas that I would be kind of concerned about would be Breckenridge, south of Dallas area. And look at this. So for Dallas area, it's kind of suggesting the tornado risk is going to be possibly really late in the day, maybe even overnight. And I think that's due to the cap. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. What capping of the atmosphere is basically it's a lid on the atmosphere, and you don't have the ability to get those storms to really develop. We're going to take a look at that here for the Texas area real quick. I apologize I can't get to everybody. It looks like by the time 1 o'clock rolls around, things do clear out, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock area. So if that can hold true, then we could definitely see additional storm development happen later this afternoon. Fort Worth, Texas, Arkansas, I definitely want to get to you because you guys have some major concerns for flooding. Let me go ahead and shut these outlooks off for a second and switch this back to composite reflective. So areas of Arkansas in the viewer there. Timing is in Central Daylight Time. Just be aware of that. This would be an area of concern, so I don't know what part of Arkansas you're in, and I don't need to have you tell me, but northern Arkansas would be a very big concern around 6 or 7 p.m. With some gusty winds, possibility of some hail in here, and torrential rain, as if you guys don't need it, or as if you guys actually need it. You don't. You definitely don't. Much of Arkansas, it looks like the northern half of Arkansas is expected to really uh, get a lot of these storms continuing for much of the day. I'm going to have to go back to an 11Z, so this was updated at 7 a.m. So I'm just going to kind of give you an idea of where this is expected to run. Oh, it's not. Hang on one second. Thanks for the follow, George. I appreciate it. And Joyce, thank you very much for sharing the live. Appreciate that as well. Chelsea, good morning to you as well. All right, let's go and see if this is going to, there we go. So this Fort Smith, obviously that area is under the gun. As you can see, if you're looking at Arkansas area, really not, I mean the southern half anyways. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like most of this is going to stay north of the Hot Springs area. Although, let's take a look at this. It's all moving northeast. So yeah, it's going to continue to kind of, in my opinion, just follow basically this track here. If I can draw a line somewhat, looks like it's just going to kind of stay right along that track. Unfortunately, Cape Girardeau area, you guys are expected to get some heavy rainfall and some storms as well later today. All right. Sherman, Texas. I'll go ahead and take a look at Sherman, Texas. And again, if you're just joining, I appreciate the follows, the likes, and the gifts if you're able to. All right, so this is what an estimate of Sherman, Texas area. These don't look too bad until you get later in the day. Again, a lot of this is going to be highly conditional on getting those morning time cloudiness to push through. Area of concern. When will Dallas see its next round? We are leaving the house for baseball tournament game at noon. Ooh, let me take a look at that here. Appreciate that. So Dallas area, it's going to be highly conditional on things moving on out, but it looks like uh, sometime after 1 p.m. Dallas area. What I would be concerned about would be DeSoto area. Um, so on 35E, that area all the way up to Plano, somewhere around 4 p.m. if this can put things together. But again, highly conditional. Things could change. Yesterday, we saw that for areas of Oklahoma. They were talking about Oklahoma really getting lots of things going, and a lot of chasers went a lot of miles and didn't even get anything. And that's great just for the sheer fact that we don't necessarily want the storms. We don't want the destruction. We just like the science of it. You're welcome, Baseball Phenomenon 41. I appreciate the follow as well. Dyersburg, Tennessee. I'm not famous. I'll get to that. And Southern Kentucky while we're over there. Let me shut off these camera links here one moment. All right, so there is Dyersburg. Let's go ahead and see a rundown of what that's expected to have happen, possibly. Through the early morning hours of the 20th doesn't look too bad. I would have to switch models, and I can do that here, so just give me a second. So it looks like sometime, and this doesn't look that impressive to me. But let me go ahead and put tomorrow's outlook on just to remind folks. Tomorrow's outlook, it looks like Dyersburg is in the marginal risk of severe weather. But again, uh, things could shift. So if you're not following, make sure that you follow. We do these live updates, so I'll have more details for tomorrow's outlooks tomorrow. We're primarily trying to stay focused on today. Kentucky, yes, Kentucky area. Let's go ahead and take a look at your risks and how bad possibly that could be. Thankfully, Kentucky doesn't look like you're in any risk for tornadic activity. Let me take a look at the hail threat. Marginal hail threat. This brown is a low risk for hail. So Kentucky, you look to be good. Apple weather is lying to me. I'm not going to say any of the weather apps necessarily are wrong, but these weather apps are highly dependent on APIs and things like that, and whoever they use for their source could definitely. So where I get my information, including the ticker information that I have, that is pulled from the National Weather Service. So are the active severe thunderstorm warnings and the active tornado warnings. Uh, and I will check Louisville radar right now. And get this outlook off so we don't get too wound up with that. All right, so a lot of these storms, I shouldn't say storms because this Washington area, these are um, heavy rain, yes, and unfortunately you guys don't need it in Kentucky, but doesn't look too bad at this point, in my opinion, in Louisville. Bluefin 502, thanks so much. Columbus, Ohio. I am not chasing today. I'm in South Dakota and I don't have the budget for gas money anymore. Just even going down to the one that was in Nebraska, and that kind of was a disaster for me. All right. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate it. Chicago, Columbus, Ohio. I kind of went through that already. Ohio, just trying to cover as many areas as I can without getting too sidetracked. I'm in the general area of Indiana. All right, so southern Indiana. Again, we're looking at today's outlooks, and this is the slight risk, marginal risk for severe weather. Again, tornado threat is primarily um, more isolated over to areas of like northern Arkansas and Texas areas. These in the brown shade, that's a higher risk, and then outside of that is the lower risk, but still a risk. Areas of Indiana that I wanted to take a look at. Again, you guys aren't expected to have anything real significant, but we'll take a look at HRRR latest information to kind of show you what that rundown is. I know areas that got impacted yesterday. Whoops! Wow. Hang on. Let me change my tune here. This HRRR went through a recent update, so We're looking right now at southern Indiana area. 10 o'clock this morning, possibility. This area would be pretty concerning for some gusty winds. Could be 70 plus mile an hour winds around 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Let me go ahead and remind some folks of where some damage has already happened here. And we'll put that on the last 24 hours here. So all of this area, folks, this is why people are on edge for Indiana. That's why we're spending some time as well there. These folks have had quite a scary overnight with lots and lots of damage, even Terre Haute area, middle of the night. So I can understand why you guys would be on edge in Indiana. It don't look like much in the east right now for gotcha. Yeah, definitely join the team. Unfortunately, I don't know how everything works as far as joining the team. Um, like if you're wanting to join the TikTok team, you'll pay me. Oh, dude. One day you're going to be chasing with me, huh? We'll see, man. I'd love to have somebody join me for sure. Oh, thanks so much, Liffin 502, for letting Lisa Snell know. Rainy here now. I am. Thanks so much for helping folks out. All right, let's go ahead and what time is Kettering? Kettering supposed to get? Let's see. I would assume that's Ohio. So it looks like right now you have just to the north of you a special weather statement, and there is this cell that is to the west of your area. Also has a special weather statement, winds in excess of 40 miles per hour. But let's go ahead and get some of the timing figured out for Kettering. Yeah, flood risks over here, but it says it's supposed to be cloudy on weather, so I'm staying updated too. That's nice. All right, let's go ahead and look at the timing for this area here near Dayton. Sometime early this morning, so after 10 a.m. is kind of where the timing for that area. Oh, yikes. You got PTSD from tornado this year, so I'm scared. I'm in Louisville. Fern Creek. Yeah, I can understand you getting some, definitely can create some major anxiety to say the least. Unfortunately, it looks like 4 o'clock could possibly have some concerns there. This would be, this blue dot would be where kind of the general area. Lots of training is what you need, Lufin. stay up to date with the reliable information. So that would be, doing a lot of research with the National Weather Service and whatever you're looking at, make sure it's from a reliable source, and that'll definitely get you there. Hey, buddy. All right. Let's go ahead and get some of these other areas. Warren, Ohio. Well, according to this update, Warren, you're okay. Maybe this afternoon could have some brief downpours. Don't expect anything. Maybe very slight hail, pea size, that type of thing. Just based on this, the colors that I look at, if this was a more deeper, like a purple, then I would be more concerned about bigger hail. All right. Thanks so much for all the follows. I appreciate that. Connorsville, Indiana. Oh, you already answered that. Let's just verify that here. Let's see. Connorsville, Indiana. Absolutely. I'd say some major gusty winds are expected. The reason why I say the gusty winds, possibility of hail, would be this curvature here, kind of a gust front, if you will. Oh, we got frozen. We're frozen. Zarian, you're welcome. Might be your provider. I'm not sure. Right now, I've got everything coming through on my end. Is Oakland, Michigan? Good. Let's take a look at that. Oakland, Michigan right now. Just trying to take a look at some of the chats, see if I have any. Looks like I don't have anything from everybody's on here from TikTok, which is great. I just usually my YouTube and Facebook get a little bit as well. All right, so we're going to take a look at Oxford. This is look at Oxford area. Doesn't look like you're going to expect to see anything really up there. So that's good. All right, let's go back to our outlooks again to remind folks that are just joining where all these risks are. This was updated from the Storm Prediction Center not that long ago. Areas of concern that they have for today. Again, this is highly conditional depending on how quickly these storms are going, these morning storms, how quickly they're going to move on out. If we have some of these storms down here in these areas and the cloudiness is going to hinder the development for later this afternoon. So as of right now, we just have 3 active severe thunderstorm warnings. That's enough, right? This would include areas of Clarksville, Coal Hill, Ozark. Those are areas in Arkansas. And then we do have this cell right here that's trying to get things going as well. And that might end up impacting areas, Mount Ida, maybe Hot Springs area. Let me go ahead and switch radars so I can get a little bit better of a view here. One moment. kind of in between. Yeah, these are having a hard time getting going. All right. I don't like spamming. Louisville might get some later. I don't know. It could be like yesterday and it just skips over us. What's a game? Yeah, I'll check Louisville. Absolutely. All right. Sorry. All right. This is Louisville expected around 4 p.m. That would be some major hail expected around 4 p.m. Severe level wind possible, 60 plus mile an hour. Again, this is just based on radar estimates. So later this afternoon, if this comes true, this would be a possibility for those areas there. And then that it kind of moves over to areas of Cincinnati, and bigger concern for bigger hail would be these areas that are in, it's like just the northern part of Kentucky there. Can you check Boston, Mass? Massachusetts, you're expected to have, let's see if I can get up that far here. You're expected, Boston, Massachusetts, today you're expected to have just general thunderstorms, nothing severe. Um, and the timing for Boston would be pretty late in the day if it holds true, sometime after 7 p.m. That would be after 8 p.m. your time. All right, Little Rock. Is Little Rock okay? Let's take a look. Little Rock is in the marginal risk. What I can see have happen here is these are going to take a northeasterly trend in the morning and overnight. So I would say Little Rock's okay, other than you might end up having some marginal risk of severe weather there. Thanks so much for the follows, everybody. I appreciate those very much and the share of the lives. All right, I am going to I'm going to let y'all go. Those are the risks that we have. Let's go ahead and go through those risks before I let y'all go, though. I'm going to shut off all the radars so that we don't have too much clouded right now. Got to go to a different radar in order to see that. So let me go somewhere that there's nothing happening so it gets rid of all this cloudiness here. All right, so the risks that we have, enhanced risk for severe weather here. Again, these are highly conditional on those storm clouds moving on out. If the clouds should break way early enough, then we will see possibility of a numerous amount of tornadoes in some of these areas here that are in the enhanced risk. But if the clouds should continue to hover over and not be able to break through that cap that is really strong, then oh, thanks so much for the Cindy Lou. Thank you for the heart or the me's or can't remember what that's called, but I appreciate it. Slight risk is pretty much like a weird looking French fry, if you will, all the way up into areas of Ohio. And then as far as the risk for the tornado activity, We have a 5% risk area in this brown shaded area, and then the green is the 2% risk that goes all the way up to Cape Girardeau area. Again, all conditional based on the capping of the atmosphere. Your wind threat, where is that at? Again, that's pretty much covering that slight risk area all the way up into Cincinnati, Ohio area, and all the way back over into parts of like San Antonio, Texas. And then hail expected to be pretty severe. Again, if these things can get going, hail and the tornado threat is kind of in the same. Heartmease, I appreciate that, Cindy Lou. Let me get to Arkansas here in just one moment. And then tomorrow's risk for day 2. This is more of a concern for tomorrow than today because things will have cleared out and there's more ingredients that are likely in some of these areas. This is already this far out. They already have for tomorrow an enhanced risk. So Springfield, Missouri area, St. Louis is in the slight, and then areas of concern for tornado activity. They do have that in a large enhanced risk, basically 10% risk. So when they are talking categories, this is category 3 out of 5 for possibility of tornadoes in this yellow zone for tomorrow. All right. And then your threat for tomorrow for hail, again, kind of general area of Arkansas and Missouri under the gun. Samantha, that's you for tomorrow. Well, I really, really hope that you guys stay safe today and tomorrow, wherever you're at. Uh, Let me go ahead and take a look at, so that kind of covered Arkansas as well. And what I'm going to do is kind of go to I'm going to shut today's risks off so that we don't get too clouded, and tomorrow's risks, I should say. So this is a concern over in Clarksville right now. It's moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. So these storms are really, really moving 60 miles an hour. So one ability that I have with these, we go on this track 60 miles per hour. Whoops, it's not going to let me do that. Oh boy, that thing really moved. All right, so with this storm, it's using this tool. These are some areas that could be impacted and how long from now those areas could be impacted. Buffalo City is the farthest out, mainly rural areas, obviously, with a population of only about 4,700 for all of those. So we do have this severe thunderstorm warning, just one active one right now. And that is the one that we're on right now here. Samantha Renee, you're an hour from Springfield. Oh my goodness, you guys are really gonna get a lot over the next couple of days. I mean, rain alone is going to be massive amount. Let's kind of take a look at that real quick. Um, Let me look at your guys's rainfall estimates. Not that one. Total precip. Now this is between this update that happened at 8 a.m. and the end here. All right, so this is the other concern. If all these storms can get rolling, these are some areas. This is between now and the 21st at 7 a.m. Okay, so between 8 a.m. and 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time, this is how much rain is expected in some of these areas. That's basically Oklahoma. And all along this, I'm staying in the darker shade colors. I mean, 5 to 6 inches of rainfall. That's a lot of rain. Texas area, there would be some isolated spots depending on where you're at. This area could end up seeing so Lufkin uh, between now and the 21st at 7 a.m. It's basically a 48-hour total. These 2-day totals right here, northwest of Dallas. And then obviously, if these storms should happen to push further south, then these would get higher. As far as Georgia goes, don't need to worry about any type of severe weather for Georgia in the next couple of days. Let me just double check that. Risks. Georgia is not. Oh, wait. At Bourne 1233. Yeah, OKC is, yes, OKC, Oklahoma City is in some risks for today. You're in the marginal risk. I would say this is likely going to be more severe to the east and south of you. What about McKinney, Texas? And if you're asking, right now I'm on the precip outlook, so just be aware that this obviously can change, but um, looks like you're going to expect to have maybe close to an inch of rain. Obviously, that can differ quite a great deal. Green Forest, I'm assuming Green Forest, Alabama, but oh, Arkansas probably. Unfortunately, Green Forest area expecting between 8 a.m. and 7 a.m. on the 21st, maybe another 3 to 4 inches. So, somewhere about 3 to 4 inches of rainfall over the next 48 hours. That's a lot of rain for you guys. Thanks so much for following. Appreciate that. Fayetteville, Arkansas. We'll take a look at that. Again, I'm looking at the precipitation totals. You're going to end up having a lot of moisture in the next 48 hours, folks. You've obviously gotten some moisture overnight as well. And this is a live look at the radar. We continue to see these storms move off to the east northeast. This one's about to expire, and based on what I see on radar here, I do expect it to expire. I don't expect this to continue on its track. Things are going to start dying out as day continues to break and temperatures start to warm up. Uh, try and get some of that clearing going on, and if that does, then things will start to redevelop later this afternoon. Yes, thanks you. Thanks, Lufent 502 for letting Juliet Shelton know that there's risks for all day today. Definitely. Thanks for the follow, Ashton. Tweety, what was your question? Sorry, Tweety. Let's see if you're on here yet. Sorry, it is so hard to see. All these questions are coming in so quickly, so it's hard to see it. Tweety, I can see, can you see my question, but I can't see if you had a specific area. All right, checking northwest Arkansas. Let me go ahead and put a composite reflective. I'm trying to see what Tweety had for a question, but again, northwest Arkansas expecting to have up. HRRR just went through another update, so I have to go back to the 8 a.m. update. Again, based on this, continuing to expect some development and more rain. So it looks like northwest Arkansas overnight hours or extremely late in the evening. You would anticipate to see lots and lots of rain as well as additional development. Again, highly dependent on how quickly those skies clear. Thanks so much for the appreciate the follows. 26 new followers, and we've got a couple of diamonds in here, so that's good. I am gonna. You're getting severe thunderstorm warnings. Oh, you must be right in this area here. Or you might be talking about areas that are in the special weather statements. There's only one severe thunder. Oh, Johnson County, Arkansas. Gotcha. So basically, oh, okay, yep. So that's the severe thunderstorm warning that's in there. All right, Little Rock, love to love to teach. I've really Little Rock here. You're in the marginal risk for today, Little Rock area. We go to HRRR and kind of show what that is expected to be. Always gives me the latest update, which is great. Little Rock, Arkansas. We get you more of the view here. Spotty showers at best. It doesn't look like it's going to be too eventful for Little Rock as of right now. Again, only one severe thunderstorm warning right now, and that is expiring at 9 a.m. So in just a few moments. Can I go to Kansas? I can certainly go to Kansas. I'm not expecting a whole lot going on in Kansas. Today, general thunderstorms. You guys are expected to have general thunderstorms and not expecting anything real huge. If you're in like the Kansas City area tomorrow, could have that marginal risk. I honestly think that this is going to shift further east than where they have it right now, but this green is the marginal risk, slight risk. So if you're in eastern Kansas tomorrow, could have some storms, but not expecting anything too significant. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. This is an estimated loop of the HRRR for timing for tomorrow. If things can get going, then it would be southern and eastern, extreme eastern Kansas City area. But again, wind, maybe some slight hail. That's about it. You're welcome. All right. I'm going to let y'all go. Tornado in Nevada, Missouri last week. Oof. Yeah. Iowa, you're good. I'll go ahead and get Iowa. This is for tomorrow. If you're in southern part of Iowa, extreme southern part of Iowa, you've got that slight risk over by Burlington area, and that's for tomorrow. So Davenport area sometime tomorrow in the late evening hours after 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And then by the time midnight rolls around, everything's kind of out of here. So, all right, I'm going to let you all go. God bless, stay safe, and I'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. again. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going live today. I really, it's so conditional, and I've got a lot of things that I got to get done today. I will stay safe. Thanks.